guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing this super cute little waffle granny square in the next part of our Big Shop blanket series. We're going to be doing a waffle stitch today. Don't worry if you don't know how to do a waffle stitch. I'll walk you through everything you need to know. So we're going to start with a medium brown color yarn and begin with a slip knot. And I'm using an H 5mm hook as well. After we do our slip knot, we're going to chain 15. So after you've chained 15, we're going to start the waffle stitch. There are lots of videos on this on YouTube, but it's really quite simple. If you can do a double crochet, then you can do the waffle stitch, and we're going to go over it right now. So now we have our 15 chains. There's number 15, and we're just going to double crochet in the second chain from our hook. And then go ahead and keep double crocheting all the way down. So we should wind up with 12 double crochets. And then chain 2. There's our row of double crochets there, and we're going to go ahead and turn. Now starting the waffle stitch, we're going to double crochet in that first stitch, just a regular double crochet. And then now we're going to do a front post double crochet. So working around the front post of that double crochet in the row below, front post double crochet, and then we're going to do another regular double crochet. So this is our sequence for row 3. This is row 3, and our sequence is regular double crochet, front post double crochet, and a regular double crochet, and you're just going to repeat that again. So regular double crochet, front post, and then a regular double crochet as well. And just keep repeating that down. You should wind up with 4 sets of that sequence for this row, row 3. So you should wind up with 4 front post double crochets, chain 2 and turn. And then here working on the back side, we're going to do something a little different. So for row 4, we're going to go ahead and regular double crochet in the first stitch. But then if you look at these next 2 stitches below, they're sitting forward a little bit. So we're going to front post in both of those. So for row 4, it contains a sequence of 1 regular double crochet and then 2 front post double crochets, and you're just going to keep repeating that. You can see how that should be looking, that little first sequence. Regular double crochet, repeating the sequence again, and then 2 front post double crochets. And we're just going to keep repeating rows 3 and 4 until we have 4 sets of 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4 basically. So now we have 4 sets. We should have what looks like a really nice square of waffle stitches. 4 sets of that alternating 3 and 4. We can go ahead and snip our yarn and finish off. And that's it for the waffle portion. I'm going to add just a little yellow single crochet square of butter to kind of accent it and really make it look like a waffle. So for that, we're going to start with a slip knot and just chain 4, and then go ahead and single crochet in the first chain and work 2 more single crochets. So you should have 3 single crochets here. Chain 1 and turn, and we're just going to repeat that single crochet in each stitch for row 2, and then chain 1 and turn, and just single crochet in each stitch once again. So it's just a little 3 by 3 single crochet square. And once you've done that, you can just snip your yarn and finish off, leaving a tail long enough to sew this onto your waffle. So I leave probably about 10 or 12 inches of a tail just to make sure that I have plenty. And you can just thread a tapestry needle and go ahead and sew this on kind of in the corner. You could sew it in the center. It's really up to you, wherever you want. I kind of like it in the corner there. So we're just sewing this on and then weaving in all of our ends before we move on to the granny square portion. So if you've been following along with the Bake Shop blanket series, the granny square portion of each square is very, very similar. Since this waffle is a square, unlike the kind of strange shapes of the ice cream or the cupcake or any of the other squares. This waffle is very easy to work your granny square stitches into. We're just going to start in one of the 4 corners of the waffle and work our corner cluster. So that's starting chain 2, 2 more double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. And then we're going to chain 1. There's our 3rd double crochet there. We'll chain 1, and then we'll just go ahead and work our side cluster of 3 double crochets into the center of that side of the waffle. So we're just going to keep working around as we do with all of our Bake Shop squares. Our first round of granny square stitches should be 4 corners and then a cluster of side stitches in the middle. So you should wind up with 8 clusters all around, just like with all of the other granny squares. And we're going to do 3 rounds of granny square stitches, only doing those corner clusters in the corners, and then each side cluster being just 3 double crochets and a chain 1. If any of this is really confusing to you, feel free to watch my other Bake Shop blanket series videos. Some of them go a little more in depth on this step, but if you've been following along with me, this should be really easy, smooth sailing. So go ahead and do 3 rounds of the granny square stitches and you are all done. Your waffle square looks awesome, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check back next Friday for the next square.